It's a delight to swim in clear, warm tropical waters and take in all the shading and life along coral reefs and coastlines. In any case, these regions can be similarly just about as risky as swimming in the untamed sea. Numerous individuals think sharks are the principal animals to stress over, however the genuine perils lie in undersea life you probably won't presume, similar to snails, jellyfish, and certain covered fish. Then hit the like button and let's get started. Number 9. Cone snails. Cone snails utilize a lengthened spiked tooth as a spear to infuse toxin that incapacitates prey before they eat it. For people, numerous types of cone snails have stings that vibe somewhat like a honeybee sting. However, the geology cone, striated cone, and material cone, or fabric of gold cone, all have amazing toxin. Indications of a sting incorporate restricted agony, growing, retching, and in outrageous cases, loss of motion and respiratory disappointment. The impacts can begin quickly or be postponed however long days after the sting. The incredible toxin additionally has potential for clinical employments. Specialists at the University of Utah are examining the impacts of insulin in cone snail toxin as an effective insulin treatment for patients with diabetes. Number 8. Stonefish. Stonefish may resemble a harmless stone, yet really are one of, if not the most, venomous fish on the planet. Furthermore, on the grounds that they look actually like a stone, swimmers can wind up in awkwardly nearness to one without acknowledging it. The stonefish species have neurotoxins in spines running along their dorsal balance, which stand up when the fish feels undermined. Contingent upon the measure of toxin it infuses, a stonefish can cause demise in a grown-up human in under 60 minutes. The toxin causes outrageous torment, expanding, transitory loss of motion, shock, and conceivably passing if not quickly treated with antidote toxin. Number 7. Sea snakes. While ocean snakes aren't especially hazardous, most species have amazingly incredible toxin. Since the measure of toxin is generally low, there are not many fatalities because of ocean snakes. Anglers, who get ocean snakes in their nets, are at the most serious danger of being chomped. The most dangerous of ocean snakes are two species that live in the waters off of Asia and Australia. In the event that an individual is chomped, the actual nibble is normally little and might be effortless and unseen. Nonetheless, from 30 minutes to a couple of hours after the nibble, manifestations may set in that incorporate cerebral pain, thirst, regurgitating, muscle hurts, and later loss of motion, renal disappointment, and heart failure. Number 6. Needlefish. Needlefish are not risky in light of the fact that they are forceful, venomous or noxious, or pack a mean nibble. They're perilous generally due to their shape, their needle-like teeth, and their capacity to become airborne. The blade-molded fish normally swim only a couple creeps underneath the water's surface, however they can jump-start themselves out of the water at paces of up to 37 miles each hour. They have been known to cause injury and now and again passing in individuals who end up being in their direction. Number 5. Moray eels. There are around 200 types of moray eels, and however many, like the monster moray, look threatening, none of them are innately risky to people. The danger comes when people incite eels or attempt to take care of them. Eels will nibble, so the most ideal approach to remain protected around moray eels is to try not to upset them in their tunnels. Fortunately, the lone way you could really be killed by a moray eel isn't on the off chance that it eats you, yet on the off chance that you eat it. They gather ciguatoxin through eating harmful green growth or fish that have eaten the green growth, and can conceivably harm people who burn through them. Number 4. Urukanji jellyfish. This might be probably the littlest species of jam on the planet, but at the same time it's perhaps the most impressive. The toxin of an Urukanji causes indications of extreme muscle cramps, back and kidney torment, plentiful perspiring, sickness and regurgitating, cerebral pains, and surprisingly mental impacts that are all things considered known as Urukanji condition. Indeed, even little dosages of the Urukanji's toxin can cause the condition, and indications, which require the casualty to be hospitalized, can last from a couple of hours to a few days. Urukanji jellyfish are principally found around Australia, however the disorder can be brought about by other jellyfish also, including enclosed jellyfish species discovered Hawaii, Florida, Puerto Rico, and Guam. Number 3. Lionfish. They might be a top choice for aquariums, however lionfish are a top hunter along coral reefs. Lionfish eat for all intents and purposes anything to fulfill their insatiable craving, and have scarcely any hunters on account of their frilly protection system that incorporates upwards of 18 dorsal balances with venomous spikes. The sting from a lionfish is very excruciating and can cause sickness, breathing challenges, seizures, and perspiring. Lionfish stings are infrequently deadly in people, yet can cause cardiovascular breakdown in certain casualties. Lionfish are one of only a handful few fish animal categories that have set up new populaces in vast water subsequent to being acquainted with the space. They are local to the Indo-Pacific yet have been acquainted with and become obtrusive in the Atlantic and Caribbean. Number 2. Box jellyfish. Box jellyfish are viewed as the world's most venomous animals. Their stings have caused 60 passings in the previous 100 years. They are found all through warm beach-front waters, yet the most deadly of box jellyfish are in the Indo-Pacific area and northern Australia. The lethal assortments of box jellyfish have arms canvassed in what are basically tiny toxin darts. An individual stung by the most deadly box jellyfish may encounter side effects like loss of motion, heart failure, and conceivably demise inside a couple of moments of being stung. Number 1. Blue-ringed octopus. This little, brilliant octopus can be found in tide pools and coral reefs in the Pacific and Indian Seas. It is likewise quite possibly the most destructive marine creatures on the planet. The blue-ringed octopus, which develops to simply around 5 to 8 inches, is equipped with a toxin sufficiently incredible to kill 26 people inside a couple of moments, and there is no antidote poison for it. This octopus is particularly perilous in light of the fact that the chomp is regularly not very excruciating, so casualties don't generally acknowledge they have been nibbled until indications, including loss of motion and respiratory and heart failure, happen. We discussed 9 dangerous coral reef creatures. Comment your ideas below. Give me a big thumbs up and share the video. Subscribe and stay tuned with us for more cool updates. Take care and goodbye till the next video.